All right, guys. So, short break there. We're set up. All right, looking good. Everything's on. I've got the burn umber out, got my water out, and all I'm going to do is thin this out, right? And I'm just going to go in there and block in areas, right? Get enough so I don't have to keep thinning and thinning and thinning. Right? Okay, there we go. All right, so light to dark, right? So I can see in the photograph the lightest areas up in here are the clouds up in here. So I'm not going to worry about getting them exactly because I'm going to build up, right? And I'm going to come up in here, and I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to allow this brush just to drag the paint across, right? I'm going to get more, obviously. I'm going to come up in here. I'll do something funky like that. Like that. We'll keep some white up in... Oh, there we go. Okay, boom, boom. So if you paint, right, you know you're going light to dark because you're thinning out the paint. But if you go and you go too light in an area, or Oh, what am I trying to say? If you go thin in the beginning, guys, you'll be fine with this by building it up. All right, so there's my sky. Now, I'm going to not worry about things like that, but if you're finicky with it, you want to go in here, you can pull some of this off, right, by going in there and just lighten it up that way. All right, so there's the sky with some clouds in it. I know I'm going to paint over it because I'm going to go in and get in with the colors, right? So I'm not going to get crazy about it needing to be super perfect. Now I'm going to go drop in the water, right? And once again, I'm going to get as thin as possible. And in here, what's really good about an underpainting is you can experiment with your mark making, right? So if I'm thinking about describing this water somehow, right, I can get in here and just start laying the foundation of what it might look like with the layers that come later, right? And so this is basically it, in all seriousness. Right? So I might have a hard edge there, and I might think about how softening that a little bit. But once again, it's like, think about that rule, general to specific. So there's the water, right? There's the sky. The water, that very close value-wise. But once again, we're just going to be opening this up to possibilities, setting a foundation, and then establishing what might be, thinking about possibilities of how we're describing it, right? So in here, I'm going to come in here and do this up in here because this is lighter value. And what I wanted to say previously was, like, if you're thinking you have to go leave areas that are darker white, no, you don't have to do that. Get the layers in there. And then because you're building up some value, right, you can go in where it wants to be darker. You're safe as long as you work light to dark, right? You're very safe. And over in there. With this, you can't lighten it up if you go darker right away. The only way you can do it is by adding white to the burnt umber to make it light. Then once again we get into that a pigment value versus the paper helping to establish a value. So let's just drop in this beach in here. Right, and there's stuff in here too. Now I'm going to want to go darker in here, obviously. In those spaces. But some stuff happens in here that I really enjoy, like that white line in there. I really enjoy that, and I start thinking, how can I use that? Right? Alright, so we're going to leave that. Now we got the bubbles happening. That could be good. I'm going to leave that because of the texture. It's going to help me come up with some texture in here too. And in there, and so now I can start to go a little darker, right? But before we keep going, let's look at the time. Oh, we're good. 2 minutes. All right, so let's go darker here. Let's drop in some of these, the idea of these islands or landmass over in here. There. Darker. I could even go darker with it, which I think I will. All right. Let's get this just so we can establish some. And you know, you also can try to let it bleed. Right? There we go. There we go. All right. So let's pause. And then I'll work on this and we'll get back. You guys got the idea. You know how to do this. Just think really simple, general to specific, right? Big shapes first, detail later.